without further ado, play my six. Whoa.
What's up, guys? T-Croc here. Welcome to the vlog. I haven't made a video in a while. Just last week we raced the Chump Car Stratus at Road America. It was a 16-hour endurance race. Finished in 14th place. We had a couple of issues with suspension. We actually broke a rear control arm, but other than that, the car ran fabulous. Times were really fast, and the goal is to actually compete in another endurance race with a Chump Car in a couple of months, and we're gonna take probably another 200 pounds out of the car. From a personal car, I know I told everybody that I was trying to make like either a resonator or a cat. Well, the problem was that the gap in between my headers was about 9 inches, and there is no cat or anything in that nature that length. They're all like 12 inches or longer. I think the smallest I found was a 10.5, and I didn't want to cut into my headers or cut into my exhaust, and I wanted the easiest possible solution. So I took a 3-inch pipe, cut it 9 inches, put a V-band on one side, put a 2-bolt flange on the other, and I took it to the shop called Millennium Racing Development. I'm going to shorten and say D because I'll be using this shop in future things, because they welded it within a day. They told me to come back in the middle later that day, and it was done. And if you guys knew my previous videos, I've had so many problems trying to find a shop to weld. And the only reason why I haven't went to the shop, they've been around for years, is because it's about a 40-minute drive. But to drive 40 minutes and you to knock something like that in a day, you have my business. So we talked about some future goals of the car, and yeah, so I'll definitely be working with this shop in the future. Another thing is, I was talking about extending the O2 harnesses, and what I did was I separated the wiring from the loom just to lengthen it, because you know, if it's all bunched up, and I got everything connected. It was a little snug for my comfort, and I didn't want it to run that way. And so I kind of looked up the Evo O2 harnesses, and they do share the same plug it does. So I took a gamble and I bought 2 extension harnesses, because they actually use those when they get those downpipes, and it's about like a 6-inch extension. It was like 10 bucks on Amazon, 10 bucks a piece. Quality is really good, and it gave me enough length, and I'm just more comfortable running that. So if you guys are worried about extending your O2 harnesses, I highly recommend looking into Evo 8 O2 extension harnesses. Like I said, they're on Amazon, and they're very cheap. So right now, heading to the shop. I'm gonna put the headers back on, take a sound clip for you guys and see how it sounds. It's probably gonna be super loud, or I don't know how it's gonna sound. And then hopefully, if there's a lift available, I'm gonna get the car on the lift, and I'm gonna tie off a lot of wiring that I know that's near the exhaust or anything like that, and just give the car a good look over one more time. So that's it. I'll see you guys at the shop. So, I can't win with this car. And the platform's not that bad. But I'll tell you guys what happened. I was letting the car warm up, and then I noticed there was a leak. And it was a very big leak. And it was basically leaking fuel. So I looked around my fuel fittings, couldn't find anything wrong. Fuel pressure looked good. And the weirdest part was it was leaking fuel out of the exhaust. Like there was raw fuel in the exhaust. So air fuel readings are perfectly normal. So I don't know if these injectors are bad and one of them is stuck or something like that, and it's just flooding with fuel. I checked the O2 sensors. The O2 sensors looked good. There's no bad reading. There was I looked at the check engine light codes. It's just basically all my emission stuff, evap, EGR. None of that will affect it. There's no leaks. So yeah, that's where I'm at with this car. So I'm not gonna rev it, of course, because I have a fuel leak. And I got to figure out why it's leaking fuel like that. So I'll see you guys next week if I figure it out. I'm just basically gonna start from the top down. I'm gonna tear it to the take the intake manifold off, take the injectors off, replace those. Look at the wiring for the injectors. Look at the fittings for the fuel pressure regulator. That was another thing. The fuel pressure was good as well, but I did notice that it dropped very quickly. And I'm pretty sure it's not supposed to drop as soon as you turn the car off. It's supposed to hold pressure a little bit. So that could also be another thing. It was not leaking fuel before I changed the fuel pressure regulator. So either A, the fuel pressure regulator is bad. It could be the injectors. Or there could be something in the wiring. It might be a pinch wire or something like that, because I didn't, I put it together really fast. So yeah, that's where I'm at with it. I'll see you guys next week.